Hey everyone, happy Monday. Well, we figured we'd bring you into the hospital to meet some of our ICU nurse, or one ICU nurse rather, Mr. Richr'D Moore. But first we're going to kick it to Lee for some stats today maybe.
We only had one positive in the last 24 hours, so I hope tomorrow we have 0. But anyway, main purpose of today is to talk to Richr'd Moore, one of our rock star ICU nurses who's been here through the duration. And then some. How long have you been here?
13 years.
13 years, as always as an ICU nurse.
Always as an ICU nurse.
Rock solid. When you hear me talk about the experience we've got, he's a great example of that. We have many people like him, and I think that's been one of the blessings of us being able to weather this storm, is having people like you that have all that experience.
Exactly.
It's been really good to know that we've got people like you on our team, and so that if we have family members and friends of the community that need to come in, we got folks like you that can take care of it.
That's the best with the most years behind them, who are always looking to learn more and experience new things.
Absolutely.
So Richr'd, tell us a little bit about, or paint us a picture rather, of what is it like to work in the ICU during these times?
If you're working in a COVID unit, it is an isolated experience, but it's one where you will see your coworkers shine. You'll see everybody come together to do the best that they can with everything they have. We've got wonderful resources that in each other, and that's what helps us get through. From donning on your PPE to having somebody say, hey, you know what, I'm missing something, and then they come and get it to you. It's just the support. They're on the spot for each other, and that's what's getting us going, keeping us going.
Donning and doffing, those are the
Right.
words of the day, right, with PPE. Have you felt safe during this process? I mean, I know there's been some innovative things done with PPE, and we've been good all along. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, actually we have felt safe. We've had what we've needed. Every time we run out of something, I've got my PCC who can run and go grab it for me. She knows where the next stash is. That's helped keep us going. The conversions that they did in the ICU to try to make sure it was a safe environment. They've done a lot of things here to try to make sure that we were taken care of so we can take care of our patients.
Super safe.
So how's your family been holding up with you working with this unit?
It's been a challenge for my family. My wife and I are both healthcare workers, so nobody's at home. It's not like one of us is on quarantine, furlough or anything. So we both are still going to work. So I have an older son and a younger son, and my oldest son has really stepped up at home to try to make sure he's supporting us while we do what we have to do. So that's just been a great part for us. I mean, it's tough for a guy at his age, but I'm really proud of him.
How old is he?
He's 13.
So is he or your wife watching? Because I heard you talking earlier about your haircut. You said your wife was had a challenge with your haircut. You can tell the world live that that
I
was an
will
issue.
not let her touch
Hey,
my head.
I can help you out with that. Can I give it a shot?
You can, right? Yeah, sure. Why not?
Tell us about your work family, what it's been like here. You were talking earlier, we were walking down the hallway to hear a little bit about the family atmosphere with your team at work.
It's a realization that not only are we a family here, but we take into account others' families as well. We've got young mothers working in our units. We've got people with health conditions working in our units. And so what we do for each other is say, hey, you know what, I'll take the pull of that unit today. I'll work in the COVID unit so you can stay safe. And at times when there was no way to get around that, those nurses who have been sacrificing at home like that, they've just put on their gear just like everybody else. So we are really looking out for each other as best as we can, trying to make sure that we stay as safe as we can, and just supporting each other because we know we all have family issues.
Is there a particular time or a patient that's been in the unit that you could tell us that you guys have kind of worked that teamwork together to have a successful story?
All of them. All of our success stories, it was a concerted effort on everybody's part. I mean, just, from the administration supporting us, to the nurse that's right next to you, to your techs, to EVS that comes in there, lab, x-ray, everybody that comes into that COVID unit to do what they got to do, it's all part of the picture that makes a person successful.
Even Justin?
No. When does he come around?
Especially Justin, I see him there all the time.
He's there all the time, coming through, delivering things, making sure we're okay.
He's awesome.
He is supportive. Yeah.
He is Superman. What about even, first I want to talk about IT, but first EVS. I saw you guys did a big thank you to the EVS team and talking about how clean and safe they keep everything. You want to elaborate on the EVS team?
They are right there with us every day in that COVID unit. There's that person who is taking care and putting themselves at risk just like us, but they do it, and they do a stellar job, and we are very thankful that they do what they do. I mean, they deserve credit for being right there with us. They really do.
We love them. Real quick, talk about technology. You guys have used, early on I saw some of the nurses using their personal cell phones, but how has IT helped you a little bit? Tell us a little about the technology.
They provided tablets for us to be able to go and do FaceTime with some of the families. There are cameras mounted on the workstation on the wheels that you can use for video conferencing for family, and we've even gone old school with just something as simple as holding up a phone to a family member's ear so they can have that connection with their family member when they're so isolated away from them.
I think you alleviated a lot of fear and brought that communication.
As best as we can. I mean, there is a bit of relief in knowing that you're getting through to your family being separated through a time like this. So, we do the best we can. I can't promise that all the fear is gone away because I would still be so afraid, being so distant. But, I do believe that there is benefits, just having your voice heard.
Right, it's amazing with everything going on that we're able to at least say that we live in the times of the digital age where we can make these
Right, no doubt.
Absolutely.
Imagine a long time ago without FaceTime. Thank God for FaceTime. I don't know about that, but anyway, that's great. Kind of wrap it up. I want to ask you a little bit about. Tell us about. Are there any silver linings in this? It's been very tough. It's been very difficult. Thank God for champions like you and the whole team there and what they've done, working sometimes 40 plus days straight and covering for each other like a family. But through this tough time and adversity, tell us a little bit about the silver linings that you've seen through this.
Anytime you have a situation like this, you're going to learn and you're going to grow. And that's the silver lining we can take from this. As hard as it may be to go through all of this, we are going to be stronger by the end of it because we're going to learn better ways to take care of our patients. We're going to learn protocols and put-throughs that work to make sure that we're giving the best that we can to our patients. So the silver lining is that in adversity, you do learn and you do grow.
Reaffirmed your teamwork and family relationship you have with the team up there. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've witnessed it.
Absolutely.
You guys have been, like you said, tough times make you stronger. So, all right.
Critical care
Thanks.
has never been more critical.
That's it, right?
Amen to that.
Well, we appreciate you taking on the challenge and learning with us and growing with us, and of course your 13 years of dedication to the system and
Thank you.
with all the team's hard work.
That's what we're here for every day.
Every day.
All right. Stay singing over strong, just like Richard. Thank you.
You're welcome.